Three, two,
Welcome,
wait, God, hold
Steve
on.
Allen.
Okay, three, two, we are live.
Welcome to the Fixers special tier maker list of late night talk show hosts, starring me, Bain, and the robotic Commodore across the seas.
Here we are. You can
Welcome.
see our faces. The people have been demanding.
We had over 50 viewers last time, so
5-0.
let's keep it up.
Double
Tell your
gauge.
friends. Make sure that they know about this important work that's being done today about late night talk show hosts, especially with all the things happening to late night talk show hosts.
So for
It's a very
those who are
sad
only seeing us on
arena.
YouTube, I just want to plug us. We have a podcast called The Fixers.
Oh yeah, we have a podcast called The Fixers where
So
we
find,
fix
find The
pretty much
Fixers
everything.
on all your
Yeah.
podcast sources. We've had some copyright battles. We've been slugging it
Well-
out with
We're fighting the man.
the corporate media. So our theme song is now public domain 1920s jazz.
That's fine. I mean, is the only way it could have gone. You know?
I mean, if you want to find me a song we can use,
No,
I know you
I'm
have
fine.
some musicians in the family.
I'm fine
Okay.
with 1920s jazz. I prefer it. It's your mode of
Do you?
communication, and I enjoy it.
Okay.
This makes me feel closer to you, and that's all that the podcast is about.
That's what it's about. It's about bonding.
So
So,
let's do some tier makers.
we're
So
rating.
I did some criteria real quick. I just want to read off my criteria. You don't have to have any, but I just wrote down a couple quick notches. Okay.
Mhm.
So my first is this is how I'm evaluating all these guys. Okay. My first is interviewing, like their interviewing skills.
Mhm.
Bits, how good their bits are, interesting bits, how they stand up. Cultural impact, like does this person last in culture or are they completely replaceable? Originality, likability, and legacy. Those are how I'm judging all these guys. I'm not going to go through every single criteria because I don't really have a lot to say about Trevor Noah.
You don't
But
have like individual ratings for
no, I just want to. This is what these are
Right.
the main things that I think
You're not
about when I
like-
think about a talk show host.
Letterman's a B on interviewing, but
No.
an A on originality.
Would I like to do that? Yes, very much so.
Okay, then we would have a
But
3-hour.
but I'm not doing that.
These are short and sweet, allegedly. What we
Yeah.
think.
Just by virtue of we don't know a lot about some of them, you know.
Yeah, we know a lot about some of them and some.
Yeah.
So
Do we
yeah,
know
we
more
are
than everybody else.
rating.
Probably.
What?
Do we know more than everybody else? Probably.
I mean, there's people who've written books about these people who I,
Yeah.
well, come on, the Fixers.
Guy who wrote the
Late
Johnny
Night
Carson
Wars,
book,
whose
who
name
I'm
I
sure
forget.
isn't an asshole.
So our general criteria for what is included and what isn't included. So there's a lot of late night shows over the years, and like talk show is expansive. But we are, correct me if I'm wrong, where we landed. We're only including like single host late night comedy talk shows.
Yes, I think that's fair because if we
So-
went to news or anywhere else,
Yeah. So no Charlie Rose, no Bill Maher when he was on ABC Late Night, because that was really like a multi-guest political show.
yeah,
No Dick Cavett, no Snyder. All these people are good and worth talking about in their own way. And we're not doing the daily shows, right? Like those.
but they are in the list.
Well, they're
It
on the
looks
little
like.
graphic, but we're not.
Yeah. Okay, we're
We've set
leaving
it
that
not to
out.
do
Okay.
them.
Oh, it sets it up for you.
Yeah, I didn't build this. You think I
Oh,
like
okay.
downloaded all these images?
No, I thought you'd like put it in and then it
We're-
just came up with a list.
we need some sponsors before I'm putting in the time to do this.
No, that's fine. No, I thought it just like when it auto populated, you could delete some.
No. So I believe our final list that we are doing is Carson, Letterman, Leno, Arsenio, Conan, Ferguson, Kimmel, Fallon, Corden. I forget. Like the actual like
Yeah,
network.
yeah, the core ones. Yeah,
Yeah. So daily shows are not, like Colbert in his CBS era.
Mhm.
Yes, but we're not rating the Colbert show on Comedy Central because that was
No.
like
No.
a news satire show.
yeah.
Okay.
So how do
we
we
have any viewers
go?
left after we explain our
Who do we start? Do we start with oldest and newest, or newest to oldest?
I'd say let's start old. And
Okay.
if I can take 2 minutes and just talk about the OGs who we're not rating?
Yes, feel free.
So we're gonna like Carson's the earliest we're gonna start with. He's like what anyone, under 70 is like the first late night host you remember. He's not the first late night host. The actual first late night host was a woman named Faye Emerson, who had a 15-minute show on NBC.
God, I love early TV. It was either 15 minutes or 2.5 hours.
Yeah. She ran very briefly, and then she got a lot of the early history of late night is they were just like a proving ground to move people to primetime. So
yeah,
same thing with Steve Allen. So Steve Allen is the like co-creator of the Tonight Show, and I've seen clips of Steve Allen. I've never seen a whole Steve Allen show. I can't really evaluate Steve Allen, but I think he gets a tip of the cap for
creating
basically inventing the format. Like the format we kind of take for granted, but like, why a desk? Why is this person sitting at a desk? They're a TV star.
Why is it like a job interview?
Yeah, he invented the desk. He invented you start with a monologue and then you go to the desk and then you have some bits and he gets sort of legacy S tier on your rating. Then Jack Parr, who famous. Well, you moved your screen.
I didn't move anything. It's just trying to sell you Optimum Prime Care. It just came up.
Optum is not paying us.
I did not do that.
That was just a.
There you go.
The ad just came. Okay.
Yeah.
Optum, if you want to pay us, I don't know what
I am not trying to sabotage this. The computer tries
maybe you're
to
trying to
sabotage
recruit sponsors. Jack Parr famously. Do you know he walked off on air? Have you heard that?
I know. It
was amazing.
The balls of those guys back then is insane.
He just said there's got to be a better way to make a living, and then walked off. And this is when it was live.
Yep.
Like when Johnny started, it was live, and then eventually he's like, "Fuck this, we're doing this at 3 p.m. I'm not doing it at 11:30 every night."
And it was 90 minutes when Johnny started. And then it went down to an hour later.
And 5 days a week. Okay, so I just wanted to get that out because I like old timey shit, and if you there's I think there's a CNN like multi episode history of late night.
Who is there? I'd be super interested in that.
I'm sure it's on YouTube. Like it's out there. It's really good. And it spends a good amount of time on the actual like creation of the format. Because at the beginning there was no format. It was just like, what are we doing? How do we figure this out?
I mean, they just had to fill up time, and the irony is like even after midnight, it went off the air. So you have to fill up.
It just went to a test pattern. It just went
like 20, like 18 hours instead of 24. So
So, but by the time Johnny took it over, there was something of a format established. It was 11:30 after the news. A sort of a variety show, but basically centered around the host more than like Ed Sullivan was like a ringmaster of you didn't tune in for Ed Sullivan. You tuned in for who was on Ed Sullivan.
Another really good book is The Late Shift, which gets a little bit into early Johnny also. Highly recommend that. And there's a movie about that too.
Early days of TV. Fun. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Should we start rating?
Yep. I guess, do you want to go first or should I go first?
Why don't you go first?
All right. So I'm going to go with obviously the legend Johnny. Did Cavett come out before Johnny?
No. Cavett worked on Jack Parr's show, but he did not get his own show until because he went up against Johnny.
In the
late 60s.
All right, so I'm going to take Johnny, and I'm going to say he is S tier. Okay,
we're back. Technical difficulties on the high seas.
Here, he's a make or break guy. Not a lot of on-air people could make or break your career. He's probably the last one to actually be able to do that. His show ran for 100 years. It was propping up the network when the network was bad, and he commented on the network. So he also had a little bit of meta going on. Had a sidekick, had bits. People talked about his monologue jokes. Maybe the last person for that to happen. People would legitimately stay up to watch him. Also got the time changed, was so powerful that he owned Saturday Night Live's time slot for a while.
Yeah.
Just an incredibly powerful Hollywood titan that also had a show. Yeah. And right time, right place, right guy. dry, super dry sense of humor.
Midwest,
Um,
Midwest humor.
can tell that Dave got a lot from him because he just like did not put up with any mess. Um, I'm a huge fan of. It's a good way to start out late night. You know,
Yeah.
as far as progenitors go, he's the guy you want to start out.
Yeah, I mean, he sets the template.
See, that's the bar incredibly high, and everybody else is just kind of racing, trying to get towards it.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's a variation on him.
Yeah,
it's like
if you say you don't like Johnny, then I question you. You know.
I mean, you can even say you don't like him, but if you're like he wasn't important, you know.
Yeah,
I mean,
then I don't.
It's not to everybody's taste, I guess. But yeah, and I think it's hard for us to truly evaluate because by the time we were old enough to watch late night TV, Johnny was near the very end of his career, and he by the end he was in kind of like folksy grandpa mode, and you know we could see the like best of specials and best.
That's the best way to watch
when he was younger. Yeah, but he was pretty adventurous and daring, and would do. You know, like Letterman had a reputation for doing crazy bits, but Johnny would do crazy bits in the 60s and 70s. But by the time he was like old ass man, he was like not being a human dartboard anymore.
He also just had the like the moxie and like the network by the balls.
Yeah.
Like when he retired in 92, they were like, "Oh, we don't want you to do that. Like we want you to stay on." It's not like ratings were getting that bad. You know, and everybody that came up against him would kind of get there, but not really. I know Leno increased his whatever, but I don't know. I just think you can't have this world without Johnny. If it was started with somebody else softer, it never would have worked.
Yeah, he's a workhorse. He didn't literally invent the night show, but he defines what late night is. So
I think that attendance counts, and he was a workhorse. You know, throw it on his back and off he goes.
He's solid S tier for me.
You are next.
I guess like next chronologically would be Arsenio.
Well,
it depends on how you define it. Like,
I think Cavett.
Huh? I don't have Cavett. I thought we're not doing.
Oh, Cavett. I do. Then yeah, I think Arsenio.
Yeah, I mean, I guess Letterman started in the late slot before Arsenio. Like Letterman was on the 12:30 slot. So I guess Letterman should be next because Letterman was in the what we would know as the Conan slot.
Yeah.
And was groomed as the heir apparent for Jay.
God, NBC is so shitty.
Yeah. I mean, to explain the late night wars would
it's
take
so hard
hour.
to contextualize it to like a person who doesn't care.
Yeah.
But you're like, I mean, Dave literally fought a war for NBC and was like came home and then like got eggs thrown at him at the airport.
I mean, metaphorically,
made his money, but
yeah.
like,
I mean, these guys are all millionaires. Like
he put his time in.
There's pride at stake. At the end of the day, all these people are like, I mean, some of them are dead, but they're all fine. Like in the grand scheme of life. But yeah, Dave was groomed for years. Not just groomed. I mean, he was his own talent. He had his own show. He had his own style. It was definitely
very unique show too.
Yeah. Yeah, a variation on Johnny's dry humor, but he was like wackier, goofier, like more, like he was both goofier and meaner at the same time.
Yeah, and was limited by Johnny's like Johnny had rules that he couldn't do.
Yeah, no, yeah. The
so
Tonight Show forbade
things.
Letterman from doing certain things, so he had
which made Letterman have to think out of the box.
Yeah, which is ultimately, I think, benefited him.
Yeah, I think it's great. Yeah,
yeah. I was not the biggest Dave. Like when Dave was started on CBS, I liked it. Like I would go Letterman and then go to Conan. I didn't love Dave in the 90s, but I think it was Comedy Central would replay like 80s Letterman.
Yeah.
And those were great. Like I like that era of Dave the best.
I mean, Dave like hit that tier where he was just like, I'm done putting work in.
Yeah.
I'm going to do a show for the next 10 years and make my money and then get out.
Yeah. I mean, I think he put the work in, but he was just taking less risks and being more elder statesman. But yeah, I mean, in the like in the 80s, he would wear jeans. I mean, he was just like a whole different attitude. He had a
I
morning
had a
show
tape
for a
of
while.
him where he it was the show when they cut into it for maybe it was like they bombed Libya or something. And he had jokes about it right afterwards. It was
Yeah,
very fun. It was very interesting.
yeah,
Just like also you can't discredit like how quickly these guys they're able to communicate on stuff. I think the every night thing really helps.
yeah. I mean, it's an insane thing to do. Like,
Yeah.
to put on a show every day of the week and have new stuff. And
New
obviously they
jokes.
recycle
Yeah.
bits and they have, you lean on your guest to be interesting, but they're
But you
putting
can't
on an
always,
hour
you know.
plus show 4 or 5 nights a week, which is just an insane thing.
By the end, Johnny had like I think it was like Tuesday through Thursday.
Yeah, by the end. But in
Yeah,
the
I
beginning
love
he was
that.
Monday through Friday.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean Letterman by the end was only recording. He would do I think Monday through Wednesday, and he would do 2 shows on Wednesday. So
Yeah.
if like 9/11 happened on Thursday, I mean, I don't know, he probably would come back for 9/11. So not 9/11, but if some like, you know,
Yeah, some
if the
news
Monica
thing, it was
Lewinsky scandal
fast, yeah.
broke on Thursday, Dave would have no jokes about it because he would have recorded 2 days earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so like nothing could be that topical on that show. I'm Dave is at least an A for me.
Okay.
He just did it too well, too long. Like part of me would like to put him S tier, but I never loved Dave. I just
Fair. I mean, it's fair.
I liked
fair.
him a lot. And he did it his way. He probably has the most like the least to look back on, and because I don't think there's anything he could have done differently to get the Tonight Show.
No, I don't think he was. The thing he could have done differently is to be sneaky like Jay Leno.
Yeah, but I think he could just
but he's
like
not gonna
he
do
can
that.
live with his head held high of like I did it my way. I was on top for a good amount of time.
Yeah,
I'm-
he legit got screwed. It
I'm
wasn't
beloved,
like
and like
he did something. He just got screwed.
yeah, I think history will remember him fondly. So
Yeah.
A tier for me.
I'm putting Letterman in S tier.
Wow.
I think that he was the transitional piece between old comedy and modern comedy. I think without him, we don't have Conan for sure.
No.
I think and he was also, as far as newsmakers go, had more newsmakers on his show because he was cool and Leno was a dork. So if something was going to happen news-wise, it was going to be on Letterman's show. There's way more memorable moments on Letterman's show. I think his bits are better. I think he was more creative, and I think he was also aided by the fact that his early shows, he kind of apes Howard Stern a little bit and gets meta and like has all the people, and it has his mom on the show.
Yeah,
and
he did invent
very
the like
viral.
real world person.
Yes,
I mean, he didn't invent it as comedy, but like he brought that to late night. Like Johnny
Yeah,
didn't
he's
have
very
just
viral.
like some guy who owned a convenience store on as a guest. Like Johnny
No.
was like a polished experience.
yeah.
Jay'd
it's
be like,
stupid
what if we
pet
put a
tricks.
camera in like the laundry lady's face and see what crazy shit she says?
Yeah, I think I think it also just helped that show was in New York. So you just had like all the craziness happening. Got his money, then got his more money. So he's an S tier, like solid S tier for me.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
a good interviewer, because if somebody said something stupid, he'd be like, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
And
He was not a safe interview. Like you couldn't
No.
like and that made it entertaining for the viewer, but
Yeah.
it meant he didn't get certain like he didn't feel safe. I mean, there's a thing we'll talk about Leno that he couldn't have gotten.
No.
You know what? You convinced me. I'm going S.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, see that?
I still want to have.
Hearts and minds can change.
Yeah. I mean, I said he was on the cusp. A to
Yeah.
S.
No. He just like literally he's the transition between old and modern comedy. That guy has to exist.
Yeah.
And it just happened to be him because he had respect for Johnny and the old guys and would still have those old guys on there, but then would also have like Dana Carvey or like Ray Romano, like early comedians.
Johnny would send him jokes.
Yeah.
After
Johnny sent him
retired.
jokes. Yeah. That was his last
He would
before Johnny
fax.
died.
He would fax jokes to
I
Letterman.
love it. I love the
Yeah,
faxing. I know.
and Letterman would use some of them, and some of them like weren't that great. And can you imagine being like, Johnny Carson sent me a joke, like, is he gonna notice if I don't use it tonight?
I think Johnny was the ultimate. I'm okay with this not being good.
Yeah,
I just need to get it out of my head.
right.
Like
It's
I
like
like
I
that a
can't
lot.
turn this part of my brain off. Yeah.
So who is the next? Arsenio?
Uh, I guess Arsenio. Yeah, chronologically.
So I guess it's me. I never liked Arsenio. Arsenio to me was the ultimate like Hollywood ball licker. Like anybody that would come on, he would do like nothing but just say how awesome they were.
Uh-huh.
Like I could never have a full conversation with anybody. Like didn't spark any interest. All he had was the dog pound. You could never tell me one bit he ever did. Truly should have had a career where he was just like the third banana in every, Wayans Brothers and Eddie Murphy movie. I'm not saying he's not a funny guy.
Yeah,
I'm just saying
he's in Coming to America. He's very funny.
And as a talk show host, like his show was maybe the most instantaneously zeitgeisty.
Yeah.
And existed in that moment, could have only existed in that moment,
Mhm.
and didn't exist very long. I don't know how many seasons. I'd be curious. I don't want to touch anything on my computer, but
Thank you. I'll look it up for us.
yeah, tech, look into that. So I'm gonna put him in D tier.
Whoa.
Because legacy wise, the only reason he's in D tier, you know what? I'm gonna put him in C tier. The only reason he's in C tier is because he still had to have 90s bands on. And if when you watched the music on it, I think he had like Winger in like 1991. You're like, oh, like it was the show was so like disposable almost. It just would have been moved on almost immediately. In a way, it was like almost pre-internet like fame. Like just like he could have fit in the internet time because he had like 3 things going on. He also he was in LA, which helped because he had super famous friends, and would like have Eddie Murphy and then like Michael Jackson would like come out. So the level of fame on the show, also the like just access to like a black entertainer giving access to late night to other black entertainers is a huge deal. But as a talk show host, not great, just not great. Should have been like a half an hour or 15 minutes on like MTV interstitials,
He ran for 5 seasons.
See,
89 to 94.
Yeah.
And he wasn't
like
canceled. He just didn't. And this is why I can't rate him that high. I don't think he really was I don't think he was built for late night. Like no. I don't mean it on talent. Like he's not funny enough. But
no.
I just don't think he really so his history was Joan Rivers briefly had a show on Fox, got canceled. He took over the Joan Rivers slot on Fox for a few weeks just because they like needed someone on the air, and he didn't want to do it. He got offered Coming to America, and he's like, I want to be in movies. I don't want to do this. Yeah. And then Coming to America, big hit. Then he didn't get like a lot more roles because basically he was just Eddie Murphy's friend. So then I didn't remember this till I researched it. The Arsenio show was syndicated. It wasn't just on one network.
Yeah, no, it wasn't like it was on Fox because it was syndicated, I think.
But it was on Fox in where we lived. But if you lived in like Minneapolis, it might be on ABC. Like it was, it could be on a different network each time. And I think like it's, he was fine. Like he's a charming guy. Like, I think what makes him important is, groundbreaking, the first black late night host, but he was also the first one to show like, this doesn't have to be just Johnny. Like everyone else had either failed, like Merv Griffin or Joan Rivers, or they had done a totally different format, like Dick Cavett or what was the ABC Dateline? Nightline?
Oh, I think it was Dateline. I think you're right. Dateline, yeah.
So like, it was like you could do this and you might not beat Johnny, but you could like go up against the Tonight Show. And he's like, he showed that it's possible because his ratings were really good for a while.
Yeah. But I think that his ratings were very, this is new and not Johnny more than anything.
Yeah. And it was a younger audience. It was a younger demo.
Yeah.
And I think it was important. Fun fact, do you know who the first guest on the Arsenio show was in 1989? January 1989.
January 19th. It wasn't Eddie, was it?
No.
Who?
Leslie Nielsen.
Interesting.
I assume Naked Gun had just come out.
Naked Gun must be out. Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So because he is important. I'm going B.
Wow, good for you. I mean, that's fine. I have no quarrel with that.
Yeah.
I think that he was a bright shining star and then faded out, immediately.
Yeah. But I think just like doing a little research on this, on how many late night shows just completely tanked
Just
immediately.
bombed so
with the
hard.
fact that he went 5 years, like
Yeah.
up against Carson, and then the later years up against Leno and Letterman, and like held his own ratings wise is important. So
yeah.
for
No,
me.
I get it. I'm fine with that.
I guess next up we've got Jay.
Let me go pee really quick before I go, Jay, because there's a lot to say about him.
Okay. Starting again. I mean, do you want? I think it's my turn. Do you want to take the lead on Jay, or you want me to?
No, you can go first.
Okay.
I think we both have a lot of the same opinions on Jay.
Like, for some reason, I could have the most complicated feelings about Jay of anybody on
it is so complicated. It is. I'm right there with you.
Yeah. So I mean, Jay Leno is like I'm going to use a musician analogy of like some people are born just like truly talented, like I don't know, like the movie Amadeus, like Mozart, like as hard as Salieri works, Mozart just like he's just like I don't know, I just throw my fingers at the keys and I make like
I just
incredible
wake up
music.
and this is what I do. Yeah.
And then there are musicians that like just practice for like 14 hours a day for years and they get good through like sheer force of will. And to me, Leno is in that category, that he just wanted to be. I don't mean that he had no talent, but I mean he like
no, and he has said literally before, tell joke, get check.
Yeah,
is like that is his mode.
He made himself a machine for late night comedy. He's like, this is like his first couple seasons, hosting the Tonight Show were pretty rough. Like he didn't just jump into it and smooth sailing.
He did he just did it the worst way possible. He like just destroyed all goodwill.
Yeah. No, he came in with a lot of bad will and like, wasn't that well known. Like it wasn't like now we know Jay Leno as capital Jay Leno, but like at the time he was like the pizza rolls guy. Like most people,
I mean, he was I would argue
he'd guest hosted, but I think most casual American viewers, like if you're like who guest hosted the Tonight Show the most, you'd be like, I don't know, Ed McMahon, like, but people don't like follow that stuff.
Yeah.
Like he was familiar the way that like your TV weatherman is familiar, but not like he was a big name. Like, and he had to earn that.
All the comics, all of them say Jay used to just crush
in the clubs.
Yeah. He just was like he was a joke machine designed to make jokes.
Yeah, but I think he like powered to that. I don't think he's just like insanely gifted, funny, effortlessly hilarious. I think he just like, and I think he's a funny guy who just wanted to be good at it so hard and succeeded. Like he, initially was losing to Letterman and he just like kept grinding, and Letterman wanted to be successful and wanted to be funny, but mostly Letterman wanted to do it his way.
Yeah.
Jay's like,
that's why he got the show. I mean, that's why Jay got the show, because they're like, we want Dave, but Dave won't do like meet and greets with Doritos people.
Right. Yeah. Dave won't go to the local affiliate in Omaha and tell them how great they're,
And he's like Pete Rose. He's just a hustler. I don't know if he's any better than anybody else.
Yeah.
But he just legged out every hit.
Do you know Letterman made 4 times as much as him on their first contracts?
I know. It's so insane. I know.
And by the end, that was not the case. So, like, Leno to me was a stand-up guy who made himself into a talk show host. I don't think he was a natural talk show host. I never think he was like a great interviewer.
No, he was very like, yeah, you went on vacation. Like, yeah, he was that guy. He
Yeah.
was never going to ask any point. I mean, when he did, it made national news when he asked Hugh, what were you actually thinking?
Right.
So that kind of stuff.
But the
He
thing is,
just
like,
never
did
made
we need
news.
to? We know what he was thinking.
Yeah, we know what Eddie was thinking. Like, we know what they
I'm
were
a little
thinking.
confused what Eddie was thinking. But
Eddie was just thinking to look like a girl.
we
That's
don't have to go into
kind of
that.
what I always heard.
Uh,
So what tier?
I mean,
Because this is the hardest. I think this is the hardest one for me.
yeah,
Because if you rate Leno as like underhanded, dirty, he did do dirty, but also legendarily one of the nicest guys. Like, just
some.
like a real mensch, gives tons to charity.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, we're
he's
not
just-
rating these on human being, like who's the
no,
best
but like
human.
the he wanted it so bad, and he just did it in the worst way. And
But
you
he
you
just
have
built
to-
a product that I never really like. There are plenty of times I saw Jay Leno, laughed at his monologue. Like he capable of making me laugh, but I never like wanted to watch his show. I was never like,
No, and in a
appointment
weird way,
viewing.
he smoothed comedy out a little bit.
yeah, no, he
You
made
know?
it into a product that I'm not that into. Like I don't know, he made like not a lowest common denominator, but he just made
No,
like,
but he just made it like this is just the middle,
he
and
made it Diet
the
Coke.
the middle makes money.
Yeah, and like Diet Coke's fine, but it's like I know you're a big Diet Coke fan, so maybe it's a bad example. He made it
Diet Pepsi, but yeah, I know what you're saying.
right, just like fine, capital
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
But so like
It's a buffet that's okay.
my instinct is B tier, but he's like unquestionably more important than Arsenio.
Yeah,
But it's like he's both A tier and C tier at the same time. It's like
I think he's
averaging.
you can move how you want, but I say A tier.
Okay,
I
mean,
yeah,
we don't have to agree on this.
I think that he, as milquetoast in the middle as he is, there's something to be said for the guy that just stands and delivers, and gets a gold watch at the end, and he's just a guy that towed the company line, and did a good job of it.
For a long time.
Long time,
He
and
lost
got
the
it.
Tonight Show and
Did
then
such
got
a
it
good
back.
job, lost it, and got it back. Like,
Did you ever watch his 10 p.m. show?
I did.
It's rough.
And it had no desk, and it was like seeing your grandpa with no pants on,
It was weird. It was a
was
weird
weird.
experience.
and it was a half an hour.
Was it half hour?
Yeah, because it was
Oh,
before
before
Conan.
the news.
and
I thought-
before the news.
was it
'cause the
10:30
news
or 10?
came maybe 10 because the news came on at no, it
11.
must have been 10:30 because the news came on at 11, and
Yeah.
Tonight Show starts at 11:35.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, you have more to say?
No, that's it.
Really?
I'm right there with you. I mean, my feelings are so complicated that like I want to put him in like C tier because he is C tier.
Right.
Like he just is.
As a
But he did it
talent.
for so long. He did it like he was so consistent. You cannot overlook the consistency of this guy. Like and was willing to shake every hand, kiss every baby. Like I don't know. Like who do you want working for you, Dave or Leno?
Well, but
you're
I'm
trying
not
to keep your
hiring
job.
these
You
people.
hire
Look,
Leno.
I'm not running a studio or a network.
I know, but like I'm saying, if you're judging it by that, it's like I don't know, just like and kind
It
of
was a
quippy
60
guy.
minute. It was an hour show.
Yeah. Okay. So was it 10 to 11?
It was 10 to 11. Yeah.
Oh wow. Maybe they were gonna give him the half an hour before Conan, or move Conan back to midnight or something. I forget. Anyway, yeah, A tier. I think it's exactly where he should go for his show, and C tier for his talent.
Yeah. I mean,
So
that's
probably-
why I said
probably
he's both
B
A
tier.
and C, and I'm averaging B. But I'm
Yeah,
not.
yeah.
I don't think you're wrong. I mean,
Yeah. Who's next?
Next, I guess next chronologically would be Conan.
I guess. Yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah.
Because no. Let's see. Yeah, you're right. Because Kilborn took over after Conan was going to be on the air for a while.
Yeah, because Conan was on the air
93?
starting in 93.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kilby was like 96.
Conan is complicated for me too, to be honest. Because he is kind of a bad talk show host. Like, not great at interviews. Um, Not very quippy or funny,
I mean, he's
but
fun.
smart enough to hire writers that were.
Yeah. I mean, he was
And
also like, I don't want to
yeah,
hijack your.
no, but you're right. He was a writer, and I think the
Yeah.
writer it was the writer's show.
Yeah.
So if you're young me and you, and
Right.
you're watching the masturbating bear when you're like 14, it's the greatest thing you've ever seen.
Yeah. I mean,
Um,
the bits were the selling point. Like, he
yeah,
was
it was a
never
comedy
good
show with a talk
monologue.
show wrapped around it, basically.
Yeah. Like,
Um,
you did not tune in for his monologue. Like, I would not need to see like an hour-long stand-up special. And there's a reason he doesn't do that. Like, that's
no,
not
I
his
mean,
thing.
I VHS'd him, and I remember watching the opening bit, like sometimes watching the first guest, and then watching the bit right before the
second one.
last break.
Yeah.
And then that was it. And you're like, this is the greatest show that's ever been done.
Yeah.
And then they interview Carrot Top, and you're like, I don't care about any of that.
Right. And sometimes the
uh,
band, because he had like younger, cooler.
Yeah, he also was like, also super hip.
Right.
Like and in New York at the right time and right place. He would have like Weezer on for like their first album, and just like when you look at the musical guests, you're just like, Jesus Christ. I mean, just super talent.
Yeah. And part of it's like NBC had hipper acts. I mean, they had like, Bruce Springsteen playing Leno, and then they'd have Green Day playing.
They would have like
Conan.
John Cicada playing, and then Conan would have like, who's the guy that did the basketball theme? John, who's that guy? The guy that did the basketball theme, the theme for
Tesh?
NBA basketball. Yeah, John Tesh, like in a pool dancing around like
Rock?
bears. Yeah, round ball rock. Like he would have like Chuck Norris bits. Like Conan to me was the historian of late night TV because he would just do like super arcane stuff that we didn't know about, and then we'd be like, why is Ernest Borgnine on here 5 times this month?
Yeah.
Or like Ray, or like who was the other one they had? Abe
Rickles.
Vigoda.
He had Rickles on all the time. Yeah, Abe Vigoda was always on.
Was basically just like a recurring character on the show.
Yeah. No, he was a nerd.
So like as far as talk show host, probably a D. But as far as talk show host, A tier.
Wait, you just said the same thing. You said talk show host D.
Comedy writer, helped a lot of people out. Also, I think the thing that can never ever be underestimated is how close you are to 30 Rock when you are a person who does a TV show.
Yeah.
If you work in 30 Rock, you just have weird access to stuff that you don't have to anything else.
Also, Lauren produced the show. Like,
produced by Lauren, which I think was a bad thing for Conan to leave Lauren's production company. Like after because he said when he moved to LA, it became Conan's show instead of Lauren's show. If Lauren would have been in charge of the show, it would have been a lot different.
You mean the Tonight Show?
Yeah.
But I don't think Lauren could have been in charge of it. I don't think NBC would have let that.
I mean, I think Lauren has a lot of sway at NBC.
But so. I think he's both. He's feared for that reason. I don't think they would have given him control of the Tonight Show. Probably because they were expecting to bring Jay back, and they didn't want Lauren.
I know.
Like Lauren and Jay would not have worked out.
No. And Lauren kept kept like 30 Rock on for like 7 seasons, and you're just like, how in the world did this happen? So, I think as far as comedy goes, 100% A tier. When you look at the writers list, it's literally everybody who's famous now.
Yeah,
like it's crazy. Everybody who's like on Rick and Morty, like just like craziness. And then you think about any of the actual interviews he did, and you're just like, I don't care about any of this. Like that's kind of why his podcast is so bad. He doesn't do bits. Like it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. Like it's just like if he's got a really interesting person on, it's fine.
Yeah.
And yeah. I mean, he if Jay was like to my narrative, if Jay was like a stand-up machine who made himself into a talk show host, Conan was always a writer who like never really made himself into a talk show host.
Yeah, he stayed a writer who.
But he always just seemed like, and this was part of his early charm. It was like, who let this guy in the building?
Yeah, totally.
Like, Letterman was like the boss. You're like, this guy is running the show. He's in charge. Johnny was in charge. Jay felt like after the first couple of years, felt like he was in charge. Conan was like, felt like he was getting away with something all the time.
Yeah,
and that was part of what was fun and exciting about it, but also a limitation in the hosting sense. And like, he'd have guests on that he really liked, like Sandler, and it was funny, but like a lot of guests would just be like, what are
But
we
you'd
doing
also
here?
have guests on who like have Sandler just like walk in.
Yeah.
Like it's like Johnny having like Merv Griffin or like Bob Hope walk in.
Right.
But it was for our generation.
Yeah.
So
So there was an
I think
excitement there.
yeah, I think A tier for sure for me.
Yeah. I'm putting him A. And I like, part of me wishes, after the Tonight Show, tragedy for him, like instead of doing the
Yeah.
TBS show, like he did like a Dana Carvey style sketch show. Because that's really his,
Yeah.
like his talent is writing, like,
Yeah.
and assembling
And
writers
picking
and
writers,
cultivating
yeah.
writers and like doing a more of a comedy show. But he clearly loves late night so much that he still wanted to do the late night thing, even though,
I mean, in a weird way, it's like if you're looking at my tier list, it's Johnny over Leno and Letterman over Conan. Like those two are the progenitors, it just kind of
Yeah.
makes sense like that.
yeah,
Who's
Okay.
next?
I guess Kilby.
I guess Kilby, yeah.
Craig Kilborn, for those not in the know.
Yeah, sorry.
I guess I go first.
Yeah.
So I was a early adopter Craig Kilborn fan.
Interesting.
It was the band I was into before they were cool.
Mhm.
When he
But Talk
did
Soup guy?
Talk Soup was a big
Wow.
because Talk Soup was like 3 p.m. or something. It was like right after school. It was just like it was on, and he was just like he was sort of definitely a Letterman descendant of like dry asshole humor. And
Yeah.
Talk Soup, which is not a late night show, and I'm not rating him based on this, is just like you're watching clips of daytime shows and just making fun of them, sort of.
Back when daytime shows were a thing.
Yeah. So you're
Yeah.
watching Ricky Lake and Donahue and all that stuff, and just like the most stupid clips from them, and then being sarcastic about them, and that's like prime 13-year-old of like late night shows are dumb and I want to make fun of them. And here's this guy who's like older and smarter and funnier than you, making fun of them and being sharp. And then he got the original Daily Show, which also not rating him on. And I liked the original Daily Show. I'm still like, that was the Daily Show I like.
Probably where he should have stayed, honestly.
Well, he got offered a lot of money to go.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying he
no.
shouldn't, but like some of these guys, when you look like Conan, Letterman, they all ended up where they belonged. Kilby probably didn't end up where he belonged.
Which is why he didn't last very long.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I liked his version of The Daily Show, which was like less sentimental and heartfelt and more just like making fun of everything in a sort of surreal way. And he brought that energy to late night. And I like, oh yeah, he was originally on ESPN. I think we forgot
Also,
that part.
did not seem to particularly like being a talk show host.
No.
Like, I never got the sense from him that he was like into what he was doing.
No.
It just felt to me like, oh, I'm doing this, and I get paid for this, and none of you matter to me.
Yeah.
You
I mean,
know?
it all felt like a big joke, and we're the joke. Like he's like,
Yeah,
I'm getting paid for this. You fucking
you
morons.
dummies are watching this.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
and the way that like Conan felt like, who let this weirdo into the building? With Kilborn, it was like, you dumbasses let me into the building.
Yeah,
Whereas Conan was like, I can't believe I'm hosting a talk show. This is amazing. Whereas Kilborn's like, I can't believe I'm like wasting my time doing this bullshit.
well, they had like a button underneath Conan's desk that if it like went off, it means he was canceled.
I think that was a bit. I don't think it was a real
Like,
one.
but it feels like it was real.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
So I like, Kilborn is the like spicy dish on the table that like, helps you appreciate the other dishes.
Yeah, he's like
more.
he's like a wine that makes a steak taste a little better.
Yeah. So I'm glad he exists. I'm going C.
Yeah, you know what? I think C for me also. I don't like he felt like he was Chevy Chase a little bit in the smarm part of it. I don't really like that much. Um,
Oh, yeah.
so, but I did enjoy his show, and I remember him being very funny and quippy, and also being very mean to guests,
Yeah.
which I appreciate. Because he just like had to interview like Yasmin Bleeth, about season 9 of Baywatch.
Yeah.
Like you really for the guests, as horrible as some of these guys are interviewing guests, like they just got really bad guests sometimes. Like the second guest was always like the worst. Like the second lead on like VIP on USA or something.
Yeah. I mean, you won't get bad guests, but if you
No,
are not likable, like Conan would get just like, yeah, the whoever's in this new sitcom that NBC's pushing on him, but then he would get Tom Hanks because Tom Hanks
yeah,
liked Conan and is
yeah,
like,
yeah.
hey, if I'm in New York, like nobody made Tom Hanks go on Conan. Like
No,
at no
no.
point was Tom Hanks at the peak of his fame forced to go on Conan. But
And
he's
he would do
like, oh, I'm in New
bits.
York. I'm doing promo stuff. Book me on Conan. I like Conan. It's fun.
Yeah, he'd do like bits with Conan.
Yeah. And like that is a difference. I mean, I'm not saying to be liked is the whole point, but like it's helpful in this business. Like Johnny didn't need to be liked because he was the king. Like he had all the power. Whereas like if you're
Interesting.
in,
Kilby also 5 years.
yeah,
So that's like exactly the same as Arsenio, same tier.
yeah. I think if you're
Yeah,
not built for it, about 5 years is the longest you can go.
yeah, that makes sense.
So you're going
Yeah.
C. Okay.
All right, so who is next?
I think Ferguson is next chronologically.
Okay,
Because
so
Ferguson, huh?
I think so. I think you're right. I think Ferguson is next.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Ferguson a lot. I'm gonna put him in B tier.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Good interview, super charming. Didn't put up with anybody's shit. I think the fact that he was Scottish also helped dramatically. Um,
He
Number
pioneered the
one
British
TV
slot for some reason.
Yeah, number one TV flirt of all time. Like if you watch that show, it just seems like he could have nailed everybody
Mhm.
on a USA show. Um, had bits, had ongoing bits, messed with the format of the show. It was a show you could actually watch all the way through and be entertained. In a weird way, it kind of reminded me of like a radio show almost
Mhm.
because it had like weird ups and downs, and he would try a lot of stuff, and he would like I don't think he wrote a monologue. Maybe that's what I heard, or like he just like would walk out with some ideas and then start talking.
Yeah.
Also, like, what the fuck is this guy doing on here? You were like on the Drew Carey show. Why are you now on this show? It doesn't make any sense.
Well, this was the point where Letterman, Worldwide Pants, controlled that slot.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. So Letterman's good at that.
Letterman picked him and is
Mhm.
like, I don't think CBS was like, we need that guy.
No,
But
no.
Letterman's like, this is the guy who's going on after me. Deal with it. And the stakes are not high enough that the network's going to care that much.
Yeah, they're just trying to keep like half the audience carried over from Letterman, basically.
Right.
So yeah, funny, interesting, like wild kind of choice, and shows kind of Dave's sense of humor, that I like, and it just felt like a not safe but fun show, and he seemed to be having fun,
Yeah.
which I also appreciate in a host.
He's like the opposite of Kilborn. Like
Yeah.
he seems by all accounts like what you see on TV and what you hear from people like incredibly nice person.
Yeah,
He's got the like humility of a recovering addict, which
Yeah.
he speaks openly about, which just like he's like hit rock bottom, come out of it. He's like, man, every day I'm just happy to be alive. Like
Yep.
that kind of energy. Whereas
Yep.
Kilborn's like everyday life sucks.
yeah. Why am I here?
At the
I should
same
be the
time,
most famous person on earth.
I never found Ferguson that funny. Like I never.
I think his clips come across a lot, and I always end up kind of chuckling at them. I don't think he was like that original, but he did have really funny writers, and I think some of the writers stayed on after Kilby left, and I think they were so elated to be rid of him that they like, like we're just like you could tell the show just got happier and more cheery.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm a stand for him for sure.
Yeah. I like him a lot. I never went out of my way to watch it because I was
No,
never.
no.
So I guess I'm going B with Ferguson.
It's fine. It works.
I mean, you put him B.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't-
But you said he didn't really ever think he was funny, so that's why I'm surprised you put him that high.
Yeah. Okay. I'm putting him with Kilby. He and
I'm not trying
Kilby
to
can
convince
like
you of anything. I just
balance each other out.
reminding you
Sugar
of
and
the
sugar
own
and
words
spice
you just
down
said.
there. Okay, I'm going C. Going C.
All right, that's fair.
I guess next would be. Okay, so we're not doing Noah. We're not doing Daly. We're not doing Dick Cavett. We're not doing Snyder.
Would
Did
it be?
Kimmel and Colbert start at the same time? Or did
I
one-
no, I think it would be.
Which
Uh,
Fallon was on.
Fallon
Was on
before it.
after Conan's Tonight Show, so he was.
And was James Corden on before that?
I think Fallon was on before Corden.
Okay.
We also
This is
don't
very,
have to.
very important. It also
strictly
really
do-
doesn't matter at all. Yeah.
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 So I say let's do Fallon next.
Okay, that's fair.
Am I going? Is it me?
Yep.
I don't like Jimmy Fallon.
I can't blame you.
I appreciate him bringing Joan Rivers back.
Mhm.
I appreciate him giving the Roots a steady job where they didn't have to tour 300 nights a week. I give him credit for having like a lot of
Maybe the most viral guy on here.
what?
Most viral guy, like just of bits that like
Yeah, like he
good at the internet.
Yeah,
I would
good
say.
at. I mean, he was the first guy whose show got clipped on the internet a lot.
Yeah.
Like-
And again, not to point this out because I'm right again. Show shoots from 30 Rock, vitally important.
It was produced by Lauren. I mean, it was Conan's show.
You have
when he
exactly. You have access to things you do not have when you are off the range.
Yeah. I just don't. I didn't like him on SNL. He
Yeah,
was not.
I'm kind of with you.
I don't. I
Too enthusiastic, just like too to me, like just too happy to be there. I know that maybe sounds shitty.
yeah,
But,
but
like-
happy to be there and not good at it. Like, there's nothing specific he's good at.
No, not
Like,
really.
Any of these other guys, I can pick like one lane that, like, for all their faults, they're really good at this, and he's just really good at being like, I guess, likable.
That also gives access to like Thundercat, and like
Yeah,
has Hall and Oates on and
he
sings
has
like
he has very good
45
musical taste.
Yeah. which might be the Roots a little bit too.
Yeah, I'm sure they're part, but I'm sure he has actual musical taste. I
Yeah,
respect him for
I'm with
doing
you.
it. Somebody's got to be in the D tier, and it's him.
yeah, I'm right there with you. You know what though? I think I'm going to put him up to C tier.
You know he's
Just-
third rated now. He's behind
I know.
Kimmel and Colbert.
I know. Look, I don't think Stephen Colbert should be fired, but late night is dying.
No, I mean
So-
it's toast.
Yeah, it should have been.
We'll
It's-
end with a eulogy, but
It's important. It's important for it to exist, and I'm fine with it's a loss leader, but it's complete toast. So,
but I didn't realize, like, with all the obviously recent scandals,
yeah.
I assumed the Tonight Show was still up there, but he's like way behind the rating.
But I bet he has like the biggest internet presence or something.
probably, yeah, maybe his
like-
like YouTube ratings are higher.
Yeah, so something
I
like that.
don't-
Because
I don't
I don't think any of these shows get watched live. Really, I think it's all on YouTube basically.
Yeah.
So I think C tier because of the music and because of his friendships with famous people, and does get weird bits on the air. But like to me, like he'd be like not your younger brother, but like a younger brother that's really excited to be there. That you're like, we get it, dude. You're just drinking with us. It's fine.
Yeah,
Like, just it's okay, man. It's okay. Just calm down.
like the thing on SNL he was known for was breaking during sketches.
Yeah, but not like in a hater way where hater actually wrote funny stuff. Like,
Right.
just like laughing at like somebody else being funny.
Yeah, like messing up the sketch because he's like laughing at Will Ferrell, and you're like, "Hey, whoa, come!" Like it's
Yeah,
the rare Haley's comment moment where somebody breaks because it is truly like something accidental happens or something. That's great, but he would break all the time, and it's just like,
Yeah.
are you an intern, man? Like, come on.
yeah, like it's yeah, and then gets like a shitload of money for the Tonight Show. The only ride I didn't go on Universal Studios was Jimmy Fallon's Tonight Show ride. I was like, I'm not doing that horse shit. All right, so who would be next? I guess Corden would be next, right?
Sure. Let's just roll with it. Gordon.
Never liked him. Never thought he was funny. Didn't do anything for me. D. Immediate
Yeah.
D.
D for
Totally
me.
pointless. Just a slot filler. not because he's also heard he's a legendary asshole. He invented car karaoke. He definitely seems like he should have just been a writer who was inventing ideas.
Yeah.
Never interesting interview with him. Like when he rolls across my feed, I'm just like, oh, you're just like kind of shitty at this. Like I don't get why you got this job.
Is he still on?
No, he quit.
Yeah.
Moved back to England because everybody in America hates him. And then he like comes back and everybody like sucks his dick for like the show. Also, I think another 5-year show, maybe even less.
Yeah. I feel like more. I feel like he like sneaky went like 8 or 9.
He made
years.
sneaky, yeah.
But yeah, very little cultural presence other than his
just a full-on replacement
clips.
level, basically. Like I don't know, like
8 years, 2015 to 2023.
That makes sense. He had some fun bits. He jumped out of an airplane with Tom Cruise, but it was always about who was doing it with him, not what he was doing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so like, and you know what? Honestly, I think the reason he's a theater kid.
Yeah.
And I get that feeling from him, like, oh, this is a fucking theater. This guy's giving weird back massages behind the bleachers. I don't like this guy.
Yeah. He's easy D tier for me because he is as unappealing as Fallon and like less important. Like is like
completely forgettable.
50 years, you could write a book about late night and just not include him. Like there's no
And
point.
James Corden had a show, and that would be it.
Yeah. And then another British guy got a show briefly, and like Michelle Obama did karaoke in his car once, and like, okay, that's that. Yeah, we don't even need to waste more time.
No.
I guess we have Kimmel and Colbert left.
I think so. Yeah, that's it.
Well,
and Seth Meyers.
Huh? Oh yeah, Seth
Meyers.
Too. Is he on our picture board here? Oh yeah, there he is.
He's on mine.
Yeah. Let's do Colbert.
Okay, yeah, go. It's your turn. I'm interested to hear your thoughts on Colbert because I have many.
Okay. I'm gonna put Colbert in the Ferguson zone of seems like a genuinely kind person who like he teaches
I
like
do feel that
Sunday school. He's like everyone
wants the best for his guests in
like,
a weird way.
Most of his family died in a horrible plane crash. He like seems like genuinely nice. I don't know. Maybe he's secretly an asshole. I don't actually know any of these people. Like I liked him as a correspondent when he was on the Daily Show. His show on Comedy Central was too much for me. It was, I get it, you're making fun of Bill O'Reilly, but like I don't need a whole show making fun of Bill O'Reilly. I don't know if anyone knows who that is anymore.
Nobody knows who that is anymore.
It was like too topical in a way that I just don't need in my comedy. And then his CBS show is just, it's always been kind of milquetoast. Like he was so funny on the Dana Carvey show.
He was so funny. I think maybe that's another reason I'm like you could have done so much better.
Yeah.
You know, like
but
also I see why they picked him. Like it makes sense.
Yeah. And all the ratings suck, but he's like leading. I mean, maybe just because
I think his genuineness makes him a lead. You know,
I think he's like comforting. If you're just like, it's 11:30, the world is fucked up, and like he's gonna be like, hey, everything's okay.
It's not so bad.
I can see the appeal of him. I I never want to turn him on, and it does feel like, is this the best use of your talent?
And it you know what it is also at that time,
right?
Like it seems like if Jon Stewart was interested in it, which he is definitely not. He could have been that guy. Yeah. And would have put on a better, funnier, more interesting show.
Yeah. So I'm going C because I don't actively dislike him.
Yeah.
But he's fine. Capital F fine.
Capital F fine. Yeah. I'm kind of with you. I think a B tier for me also.
You say B or C?
A C. I'm gonna go C tier.
Okay. I'm not trying to.
No, I don't feel bullied at all. I don't want you to think that I feel bullied.
The stakes are so high on this.
I'm like, totally fine. Like if you're in a hotel and that's all they had, like which of these three guys did you pick? You know, That's kind of where I put him.
Like to watch.
Yeah, to watch. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I just like name like one iconic moment from his years, 10 years on the air.
10 years.
One bit. What's like the most famous bit he's ever done?
I just can't like see him. Like he's fine. Like literally, he's just fine.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm okay with that.
He's like, yeah, he's like mashed potatoes. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
I'll take a little mashed potatoes on my plate. That's fine.
So who's next?
We got Kimmel and Myers. I must do Kimmel because he's of the kind of Colbert.
Yeah, I'm gonna put Kimmel in B tier.
Mm-hmm.
I never thought he was funny. Like honestly,
Like going back to Man Show.
like Ben Stein's Money, and I was fully on board with that kind of Corolla verse a little bit,
The Maxim verse.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to like him. Again, by all accounts, the nicest dude that's ever existed.
Yeah.
Like almost like
he and Corolla have gone to different places.
Yeah, but they're still friends. That's how nice he
Yeah.
is. And like Jimmy Kimmel like just hired Corolla's daughter on as like a intern. Like they're still like buddies, even though they're so diametrically opposed. But is he funny? I don't know. Is he or his bits good? He does do pretty good live bits.
Mm-hmm.
And does very good. I think he's a good host of things. Like I do think he's a good host. I just don't think he is like he's also a Letterman guy. Like
yeah,
had for his like birthday party when he was 18 had like a Letterman like cake. Like bought the same car as Letterman and then got a late night like license plate. Like super into Letterman.
Yeah.
But it's fine. And also just like I don't know, I can't think of any bit that he does other than like the Oscars that I would watch. Very middle of the road for me. And kind of with again, inoffensive, but like also stands up for what he believes in and seems to just be like a genuine guy. Is genuineness the thing that killed late night? Like is that what we're discovering? Is that like all these like happy smiling faces have killed late night?
No. I mean, the internet killed late night. Like, I mean,
yeah.
I don't think any combination. Like, I think if Johnny was on late night tonight, late night would still be dying. I don't think it's a talent. Right. I don't think the current talent crop is good, but I don't think you swap in like. I'm trying to think of names. I don't know, like George Carlin, Richard Pryor, like the best comics of all time are not going to save late night. Like,
I think you're right.
Like it's just a format that doesn't. I don't know. We could do our eulogy at the very end. Yeah. Kimmel is. He's. I'm gonna put him a tier above Colbert because I think he's just a better host.
Yeah, he's just good at hosting.
But there's nothing that exceptional about him. And maybe the lesson of this generation is if they wanted to stay relevant, they had to swing bigger than just like, I'm just going to put on a good show. Like that's just not enough anymore.
In a weird way, belongs on NBC for me.
Kimmel belongs on NBC.
Yeah, or ABC. Like no talk show on ABC is ever going to be popular. But it's really have any cultural
more popular
impact.
than the Tonight Show now.
No, now it is, but like it is the perfect like not Leno, like almost like the Home Improvement of talk show hosts, like not must see TV, but everybody's still watching it.
Yeah.
Like ABC to me is just like maybe I'm just an NBC stan, but like it's just like a network that is just and had good ratings is almost the same as NBC before must see TV. But to me, it's just like it's okay. It's fine. It's like it's a network. It's under NBC. In my head.
I mean, it depends on the year.
Different
years. Yeah. Kimmel seems like a good guy. If I'm in a hotel, I'm going to turn on Kimmel before I turn on Colbert because there's like the odds of something being interesting and funny are 10%
also Kimmel
higher.
Would be on the hotel, and you know what I mean because he would just be like, I signed that deal.
Yeah.
Whereas Colbert wouldn't be. So
so I guess that leaves Seth Meyers to bat.
Seth Lee Myers.
Legendary SNL writer, head writer for like 15 years or something.
And can't recommend the podcast he does with Lonely Island more.
Yeah.
They explain every single Lonely Island thing that they did.
Uh-huh.
And then they will go down like a show rundown of what happened in that show.
Uh-huh.
And it's incredible,
Yeah.
especially if you're like an SNL insider. They just did the Curse with John Hamm playing the saxophone, maybe one of my favorite bits of all time.
Mm-hmm. Great bit.
They did Dick in a Box, and they will like talk about like how it became and how it started. It's very good.
Yeah. Like who they originally offered it to and someone who said, no, I don't want to.
Just like, and how much, well, no, it's more like, well, we had this idea, and then Justin Timberlake's like, I'm good at this. Let me do this.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I don't know Seth Meyers' late night show that well.
Yeah, I know it well because I watched some of the clips because he does have a lot of SNL people on.
Yeah.
But you're right. Like as far as like bits go, he does also do like he does this bit where like stuff he can't say, which is like then he has like a lesbian writer and a black writer come out and say the jokes that he can't.
Yeah. He does the day drinking thing, but is that even his show or is that like a separate?
No, that's on the show.
That's on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess he is in the era now where like I don't know what's auxiliary content and what's real.
Yeah.
You know, core. So I like Seth Meyers generally. I feel unequipped to give his show a rating because I just don't know it very well. I would default to a B, but
yeah, I'm gonna do a. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go B also. Because I would rather watch him than Kimmel for sure.
I mean, a different time slot, but
yeah. Where'd I put him? Oh, I put him A. Oh, sorry.
S.
S. Come out of there. Come out. He won't come out.
Well, your psyche.
Wow.
Locked in S tier.
Wow, he won't come
Johnny
out.
Carson and
S
Seth
tier is
Meyers.
locked. You can't undo it. Why is that? That's weird.
I don't know. It's free.
You can move other
free
ones around.
internet. You can move everybody else. You can't move Seth Meyers.
Yeah.
Well, the people.
Well, anyway, he belongs in the B tier.
Yeah.
Totally fun. Like I would rather if I was gonna get into a cab and Seth Meyers was on, I'd be like, yeah, all right. I'll watch this Seth Meyers in the back, like on the back window.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's very different from Conan in a lot of ways, but he is like a writer. Has a writer sensibility.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's like
definitely has the
bringing-
writer vibe to me.
Yeah, ideas and concepts and jokes, not like. Yeah, Kimmel is a host.
Yeah,
Myers
Kimmel is like, and I think we need those now more than ever. Like an actual host.
The American people do not agree because they are not watching these shows anymore.
No, but like to like actually host things, I think that we just need to have a Kimmel because like Dave doesn't want to fucking do it. You know,
Dave's
like, anytime you have a
me.
stand-up do it, the stand-up's like, oh, this is miserable.
Dave-
Why would I do this?
Dave has a big white beard and is old and tired. He doesn't need.
I love Dave now. I love it.
Yeah.
It makes me so happy.
Uh,
He's just so over everything.
Well, perhaps on an episode of our wildly popular podcast, The Fixers, we will talk about can late night ever be fixed? The answer is no. But
No.
we,
No,
we'll
the
come up
answer
with
is
some ideas for maybe it could.
The answer is to make it 15 minutes and then chop it into 1 minute segments and put it on to TikTok. That's the answer.
Yeah,
Just
I mean, like
long,
the guy,
long form. Yeah.
There's a lot of like what was late night has sort of metastasized into culture of like Hot Ones is.
I was just gonna say, I would argue the best talk show right now is probably Hot Ones.
Yeah, and
And
Hot
it's
Ones
not-
would have been a bit, would have been like
Yeah.
a Letterman bit in 1983, but it would have been one they did once a month. And
But
now
the
it's
dude
whole
is a
show.
good interviewer and asks really deep, insightful questions.
Yeah,
In a weird way, he has like made this Charlie Rose show with these stupid chicken wings. and because it's like long form interview.
Yeah.
You know. So it's very interesting
like
that you have it's almost like, you know, when you watch some clip on like YouTube and it's like something happening on top and something happening underneath.
Mhm.
It's like the chicken wings distract you from the actual interview.
right.
You know.
Yeah, and so I mean, like, what the flavors in late night, you can find them in different places.
Yeah, it's just
Like when-
diffused.
like when Superman died in the 90s and then his like soul split up into 4 different people.
Yeah, you can find steel out
Anybody
there.
remember that?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's what late night is. So like you can get the kinds of things you used to get from late night. You just have to go more places, and you can't get them all in one package.
You can find Bizarro Superman flying around somewhere.
Yeah. I would say that the thing I will miss the most about late night, and I is not a consumer anymore. I think a thing it did was introduce you to new comics and new musicians. And
yeah,
like I don't have that anymore. Like,
no,
because the Hot Ones, you're not getting on Hot Ones until you are like fairly well known. He's
yeah,
not
like
just
2 years ago, you could just be on it, and now it's
Right.
like Rose Byrne is on it, doing like something, or like
yeah,
Brad
it's like
Pitt.
like Shaq is on it. And
Yeah.
Tom Cruise. I don't know if Tom Cruise has been on it, but yeah, I like. But
God,
the
I want
idea
Tom
of
Cruise
like
to go on
you would
Hot
turn
Ones so
on,
bad.
especially the second slot, you turn on Conan or Ferguson or somebody and be like, here's a band you've never heard of. And 90% of them suck, but some of them would be like,
Yeah.
oh, who is that? That's pretty good. Or here's a
But then
comic you've never heard of.
Here's like Greg Giraldo, and you're like, I've never heard of this guy, and
Yeah.
then yeah, totally. I mean, it's also like, to me, watching the shows after Letterman and Leno were subversive.
Yeah.
Like, and helps you gain more of like your own self, because you're like, well, my parents like this horse shit, but I like Conan,
Right.
and I don't think that exists anymore. Nobody's like, oh man, I watched Seth Meyers last night, I'm so cool.
Well, I mean, they're watching something on TikTok that you and I don't even know about. They're like,
Yeah, they're watching like Mr. Beast try to murder somebody with like in a ball pit or something with a tiger
yeah,
for
yeah.
like $100,000 or something. So late night cannot be rescued. It is very sad. Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to celebrate late night. And the elevator's going down. So,
All right, we did it in 90 minutes.
well, yeah, I mean, like, that's actually pretty good for us. I'm actually impressed.
We got to figure out how to make these shorter.
I don't think that
this format was
that's what
supposed
the
to be our
people
like
want.
quick and short and sweet.
The people need to hear our thoughts about James Corden.
We got to pick a topic that we are not that passionate about.
Like what?
I don't know. Like
That'd be super boring for us.
Well, there's something narrower. We could take this offline. We could talk about this.
Want to rank cricket teams?
Sure. We're ranked national cricket teams.
We should rank soccer players that we have no idea about.
We could rank the 4 major U.S. sports.
We should rank almost live cast members.
Oh man, we could do 3 hours on that one.
I know what the hours on that. I know.
All right, we should wrap this up.
All right, thank you for listening to the Special Fixers tier maker list. As always, you can find us the Fixers podcast if you want all the real content. This is just extra content we're trying to keep you with. And as always, remember the paper.
Remember the paper.